AEW Dynamite tonight. We got Cody Rhodes responding to Shaq O'Neal. We got Sting and Darby Allin discussing their street fight against Team Taz at AEW Revolution. We got Jon Moxley discussing his upcoming six-man tag match at AEW Revolution. We got Eddie Kingston versus Lance Archer. We got Hangman Page versus Ryan Nemeth. We got all that to go over. Plus, I got a little bit of AEW news for you. Plus, this show was great tonight. It was very, very good. It had some build to it. It was entertaining. It was a great show tonight. I have your AEW results. We're going to go over it all right here on my Ingram Wrestling News YouTube channel. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Ingram Wrestling News' very own Brennan Ingram, live on YouTube with your January the 27th, 2021 AEW Dynamite review. So before we get started, man, be sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Turn on that freaking bell for all notifications so you won't miss all my other content that I currently have on my channel, including my Call of Duty content, my Dragon Ball Z Verse 2 content, and much more on the channel. Also, follow me on Twitter at Ingram Wrestling. Follow me on Twitch at Ingram Wrestling News. Also, please help me get up to 1,000 subscribers by hitting that subscribe button, man. I'm dangerously close to 200. Hit that subscribe button. And we are going to pretty much go ahead and get started with the review. Now, the review, let me remind you, the review is on my TV screen, and it's not on here. It's on my TV screen. So, I'm going to be, now, in case you're wondering why my head is looking up this way, it's because the review is on the TV screen. Now, without further ado, folks, we're going to go ahead and get started. Now, first things first, the opening package kicks off with Eddie Kingston. The show kicks off with Eddie Kingston making his entrance, followed by Lance Archer, accompanied by Jake the Snake Roberts. However, Archer tells him to go to the back. He wants to do this alone. So, our first match of the evening on AEW Dynamite, we got Lance Archer versus Eddie Kingston. So Kingston attacks before the bell. Now Archer overpowers him, being big elbows in the corner. Kingston escapes and attacks the left knee. Chops to the corner. Thumb to the eye from Kingston. Kingston can't get him down. Lots of strikes from Kingston. Archer strikes back. back and forth chops, diving shoulder tackle from Kingston. Archer gives the pounce to Kingston. Archer takes control. The crowd chants one more time at Archer's chops to Kingston. Huge choke slam to the outside from Archer. Kingston hit the apron hard. Archer hits Kingston on the camera. Kingston thrown into barricade. Archer scared the referee. Kingston rolls into the ring, met with full Nelson slam from Archer. Archer stares into the camera and delivers a splash. Kingston tries to fight back, but fails. Then attacks the knees to more success. Kingston gets a 2 count. Archer goes for a blackout, but Kingston gets out. Choke slam from Archer, and Archer talks into the camera, old school, into moonsault from Archer. Archer isn't going for pins. Claw from Archer. Butcher and the Blade come out with Roberts. Kingston gets a knuckle duster from Allin and hits Archer. Kingston pins Archer and gets the 3. So pretty much, folks, this choke tells you right here that Kingston won the match. Now, this match wasn't too bad. It wasn't really that bad. In fact, it was a good opener that didn't outstay its welcome. Now, I am very happy that Kingston got the win here to pick up his first major victory in AEW after losing to both Pac and Moxley in his only big feud so far. Obviously, folks, it wasn't a clear win, but even being able to defeat Archer that way will do wonders for Kingston in terms of being able to take him seriously. Now that he has that credibility, even if it is somewhat tainted. Now, this is coming from me. This is not coming from what I'm reading on the screen. This is actually coming from me. This is my opinion on the match. Now, next, we got all 3 men attacking Archer after the bell. Butcher and Blade hold Archer while Kingston hits another back fist with the knuckle dusters. Commentators ran down the card. Moxley talks about Young Bucks and Omega. They are working together. Says there's always drama with them, like the young and the restless. Moxley says he likes to have sex in the morning. It's a good way to start the day. That's funny. He loves a good 6-man game, or good 6-man tag. Gang Warfare says he doesn't know what will happen at Beach Break, but he's looking forward to it. Commercial break. Sting says Team Taz throws out false accusations. Say they call us hoodlums. Darby is a hoodlum. Darby says it's all about survival. Says he is no different from Sting. They both smashed the windows behind him. Sting admits he is a hoodlum too. Says AEW Revolution will be Showtime. MJF makes entrance with the Inner Circle. Crowd sings Judas Varsity Blondes already in the ring. MJF says him and Sammy need to talk after the match. Says he embarrassed Griff Garrison the last time they were in the ring. Garrison attacks MJF. So we technically got Chris Jericho and MJF versus the Varsity Blondes. Let me know in the chat what y'all thought of this match, because I want y'all's thoughts on this one. So we got MJF runs away. We got MJF running away from Garrison. Garrison gets the upper hand in the ring. MJF gets a chair, inner circle, restrains him. MJF tells crowd to shut up, tags in Jericho. Garrison takes down Jericho and tags in Pillman Jr. Yes, folks, Pillman Jr. So Pillman Jr. gets a 2 count on Jericho and misses a drop kick. Then hits a second. Hits a second one. Jericho gets in heavy shots on Pillman. MJF knocks Pillman in the back and tags in MJF. Picture in picture. MJF punches Pillman. Jericho and MJF attack Pillman in the corner. MJF tags back in, double flapjack from inner circle. They celebrate. I think that's what it says. They celebrate. Inner circle dominate. 1 count on Pillman. I got it. I still got it. See? I was thinking for a minute because I thought I was going to get it wrong. Tags in Jericho. Chops in the corner. Jericho goes for a superplex, but Pillman reverses. Big crossbody from Pillman, like his father used to. Back on TNT. Huge clotheslines from Garrison. Big back body drop. Garrison runs wild. Big splash and double spear from Garrison. Pillman tags in. Huge missile drop kick. Thrust kick drops Jericho nearly a 3 count. Jericho sent to the outside. Big drop kick through the ropes from Pillman. Sent back into the ring. Judas effect and lion salt from Jericho to get the 3. So in the circles, celebrate, then argue. That was it. Yep. That was it, folks. Now, my thoughts and opinions, comments on this match. It wasn't too bad, man. It was a pretty good match, man. I mean, there's not much to say other than it had some build to it. You know, it was a great tag match. It wasn't really too bad. Wasn't really too bad. It was a very, very great tag match, man. Jericho and MJF killed it in the ring. There was a good back and forth fighting between the two tag teams. Yeah, that's all I got to say. Good back and forth between tag teams. Some good arguing there between Jericho and MJF. I'm not going to lie about that. Gotta admit. Very, very good argument between the two. So I'm guessing the inner circle breakup storyline is continuing. That's what I'm guessing. Because Sammy Rivera, I don't think he's turned face yet. So I'm guessing this is an indication that the inner circle feuds continue. And that's kind of all I got to say about that. So I'm moving on to the next one. So, video package says Kenny is taking liberties, saying he acts like he owns their business. So apparently, yeah, like he owned their business. Sort of like the Hurt business, right? Yeah. I'm trying to remember what I was supposed to say. I'm trying to remember what else he said after that. He said that saying he acts like he owns this business. Says they are like a pack of animals. Sassy bring the good brothers. He'll bring the good Lucha Bros, and next week they will face the consequences of their actions. So that was basically it. So then we got a commercial break, and Shaq calls out Cody Rhodes, says, "Name the time and date." Calls him a little girl with blonde hair and says, "Let's do the match in March." Tony Schiavone introduces Cody Rhodes. Recap from waiting room segment 2 weeks ago. Tony asks Cody to respond. Cody says he's rather just give the pitch on March the 7th. It should be him and Brandy against Shaq and Cargill. But that can't happen because Brandy's pregnant. So he defers to Iron Anderson. He says he got chewed out backstage by Iron and JR. Anderson says he deserved getting chewed out. Says Cody is about to be a dad, and that is the most important thing in his life. He talks about Dusty fight Tully Blanchard before seeing the birth of Cody Rhodes back in the day. Says if he chooses before seeing the birth of Cody Rhodes back in the day. Says if he chooses March 7th match with Shaq, he should do it with no regrets. Says the match with Shaq is once in a lifetime. Says Shaq proves he was a world class athlete. Says Jade dominate when she walks into a room. Iron introduces Red Velvet. Says Red Velvet has fire. Red Velvet says she is fed up of getting attacked and is fed up of Cargill. Says Cody would never lay a hand on Jade, but she would. She's She says she will steer Jade's bitch ass up. Siobhan says the ball is in Shaq and Jade's court. Video package of Kip and Penelope. They are excited to get married. They invite us to the break wedding. Myru bullies Charles. The wedding will happen next week. Heyman Page makes entrance. Dolph Ziggler's brother, Ryan Nemeth, already in the ring. We got Heyman Page and Ryan Nemeth. So we got them going at it in the ring. So Nemeth wore same attire and blonde hair as brother Dolph Ziggler, feeling each other out to start with. Headlock from Nemeth. Hangman delivers huge drop kicks, chops in the corner. Nemeth escapes and taunts Hangman. Page delivers stomps in the corner. Springboard clothesline and dives to the outside from Page. Nemeth threw back into the ring. Misses a clothesline. Dolph Ziggler's brother delivers huge drop kicks. I mean, that is his brother, so I'm just going to call him that. Matt Hardy enters to scout. Dolph Ziggler's brother does a bouncing wrist lock. Chop from Page. Knees from Dolph Ziggler's brother. Neck breaker from Dolph Ziggler's brother, who is finally acting like Dolph Ziggler. Page gets upper hand, spine buster from Page, sliding lariat from Page to a 2 count. Nemeth does Dolph Ziggler style DDT. Page reverse German suplex, then hits a spinning fist. Page hits back hook shot, lariat to win. This wasn't his debut. Dolph Ziggler's brother's debut wasn't too bad. I mean, it was good. I mean, he did a few moves in there. He did a few moves in the ring. He didn't really do much though. I want to see more of Dolph Ziggler's brother. We need to see more of Dolph Ziggler's brother. We need to see what else he can do outside of all of what he did in the ring against Adam Page. I'm interested to see what his feud is, who his feud's going to be with. Is it going to be with Adam Page, or is it going to be with someone else? I guess we'll find out either next week or the week before next, maybe. Who knows? So Matt Hardy cheers on Page. Tony enters ring and asks Matt and Page what is going on. Matt says he is just here to support Page. Says Page seems lost and conflicted. Now, Matt says Page is a good person and deserves to be happy. Matt says Page is welcome to dress in Matt's own huge dressing room as opposed to dressing in the hall. Commercial break. FTR enter. Recap of last week's confrontation between FTR and Jurassic Express. Cash, Wheeler, and Tully Blanchard will be handcuffed to Luchasaurus to prevent outside interference. Jungle Boy makes entrance. Marco Stunt sent to the back. So we pretty much got Dax Harwood versus Jungle Boy. This was a very, very great match, by the way. You can tell these guys had great chemistry in the ring. That's what I liked about this match. The fact that these guys were just really going at it, man. It was an all-out fight, man. It was phenomenal. The match was entertaining. It was hard hit smash mouth fighting, man, basically. So we got lockup. Dax forces them into the corner. Jungle Boy reverses headlock. Dax gets Jungle Boy down with a headlock. Jungle Boy reverses into a pin shoulder tap from Dax. Jungle Boy ups the pace. Dax rolls to the outside. Jungle Boy throws him back in. The crowd sings Jungle Boy's entrance music. Interesting. I was about to say music. But it's the same thing, though. Kind of the same thing. Interesting, interest music. Sorry, I dropped something. Dax elbows Jungle Boy in the corner. Jungle Boy fights out. Low knee from Dax. Whips Jungle Boy into the corner and misses spear in the corner. So, Jungle Boy attacks injured left arm. Armbar from Jungle Boy. Dax fights out with big uppercuts. When I say they were big as Medea's arm. That's how big their uppercuts were, man. I'm telling you. That's how big they were. Suplex from Jungle Boy and sends Dax to outside. Misses a baseball slide and gets driven into barricade. Picture in picture. Dax dominates in and out of the ring. Jungle Boy reverses sleeper. Gets hit with a backdrop. Dax goes for multiple cover to no avail. Dax rakes face of Jungle Boy. Snapmare from Dax into another headlock. Jawbreaker from Jungle Boy. Big forearm. Dax reverses and forces Jungle Boy into corner. Jungle Boy escapes. Jungle Boy climbs to the top rope. Dax falls and delivers a super back body drop from the top rope. He gets a near fall. Dax stomps on Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy goes face to face with Dax and fires up. Huge punch from Dax and Jungle Boy flips out of a suplex and hits big super kicks. Dax goes for a powerbomb, but Jungle Boy reverses, but Dax hits a slingshot Liger bomb to a 2 count. So then, backstabber from Jungle Boy. He hits a series of suplexes. Dax fights out and hits a DDT to a 2 count. Great match so far. They go to the top rope. Jungle Boy. It definitely was a great match tonight. But anyways, they go to the top rope. Jungle Boy knocks Dax down, but Dax reverses to get a pin on Jungle Boy. A series of pinfalls from both men. The crowd chant, "This is awesome." Jungle Boy looks to snare trap. Dax taps out. So pretty much Jungle Boy wins this match. Like I said, this was a good hard-hitting match between these two, man. No question about it. It was a very, very good hard-hitting match. I really enjoyed seeing what Jungle Boy can actually do in the ring. I've seen what Scott Dawson can do in the ring. I've seen what Scott Dawson and his partner can do inside the ring and outside the ring. But great match between these two. Phenomenal match. I loved it. Hopefully AEW will continue this. Hopefully AEW will let FTR continue their feud with the Express. So looks like the FTR and Jurassic Express feud is continuing. rightfully so. This is a good feud. I mean, I'm looking forward to see what's going to happen at AEW Revolution. That's what I'm looking forward to, mainly. We could see we could see Dax Harwood versus Jungle Boy at AEW Revolution. Either we could see Dax versus Either we could see Dax Harwood versus Jungle Boy at AEW Revolution, or we could see FTR versus the Jurassic Express at AEW Revolution. I think FTR versus Jurassic Express would be a good way to go about it, in my opinion. That's just my opinion, man. Seriously. I think FTR versus Jurassic Express would be the match to book for AEW Resolution. I think that's pretty much all I got to say about this one. Let me make sure. Let me look in these notes here. Let me make sure here. Let me make sure that was all I had to say before I move on to the next one, folks. Let me check here. Hold on. Yep, that's pretty much all I had to say. I don't really have no comments or no reaction to this match. All I can say is it was phenomenal, it's hard hitting, and hopefully FTR versus Jurassic Express will be booked for AEW Revolution. That's all I got to say, man. Let the feud continue, man. Seriously, let it continue. All right. Now, we got Britt Baker versus Shanna. But before that match actually happened, we got JR saying it's Jungle Boy's biggest win of his career. Totally throws, and rightfully so it is, totally throws powder in Luchasaurus' face. Cash Wheeler attacks Jungle Boy, triple team to Jungle Boy. Luchasaurus tries to help, but he gets triple team as well. FTR wipe out Jurassic Express. They handcuff Luchasaurus to rope and cut the horns of his mask. A stunt comes out with a chair, and SCU and Top Flight to see off FTR. Taz responds to Sting and Darby. Says Rocky and Brain are ready to destroy Sting and Darby. They attack a merch stand, throw the workers into barricade. They rip up Sting and Darby merch. Throw workers throw table and into truck. Taz says they are going to beat Sting and Darby's ass in the street fight. Whoa, both words from Taz there. When you all agree, all you that's watching, when you agree, both words from Taz, man. So Britt Baker entered. Shanna made her entrance afterwards. So again, we got Dr. Britt Baker versus Shanna. This match didn't last long. It was only like 1 or 2 minutes. It wasn't really in anybody's interest because the AEW women's division looks at its worst right now. The AEW's women's division is still not looking good. The AEW women's division needs to up a notch a little bit. Seriously. The only best things going for AEW Women's Division, in my opinion, is Anna Jay, Sonora Conti, and Thunder Rosa. I think those are the only best things going for the AEW Women's Division right now because everybody else in that division I'm not really familiar with. Haven't really watched yet in the ring. The only ones I've watched and seen in the ring is Anna Jay, Sonora Conti, and Thunder Rosa. Those are my favorite AEW female talents. Honestly, all the rest of them, some of them I've seen what they can do in the ring. Some of them they don't really pique my interest. Some of the AEW female talents, only three of them. I just named them not too long ago. So Britt Baker versus Shanna. Lock up to start, back and forth wrist locks. Shanna gets upper hand. Britt forces her into the corner. Huge forearm from Britt rolls through into a hammerlock. Shanna hits some arm drags into a step up super kick. Shanna misses drop kick through the ropes. Britt hits Shanna from behind and throws her into a bear kick. Picture in picture. Britt dominates with arm offense. Rebel applies makeup to Shanna. Elbow strikes from Britt. Shanna forces out, but gets shut down by Britt with a handful of hair. Stomps from Britt. Knees to face from Britt. Pinfall to a 1 count. Shanna gets the upper hand. Huge clothesline. 2 count. Crucifix pin from Britt. Snap swinging neck breaker from Britt. Britt gets the glove from Rebel. Shanna almost steals the win. 2 count. Shanna plays to the crowd and hits a drop kick. Rebel distracts referee. Britt applied lockjaw, and Shanna taps out. And that was it. That was all we got, folks. That was pretty much all. Now, I don't know what the best opinion. I don't know what opinion I have on this match. I don't know what I can come up with other than the fact that this match wasn't really in anybody's interest. I mean, the women's division, the AEW women's division, just shambles right now. This AEW women's division needs to prove a little bit more. They need to improve, and I'm pretty sure they have plenty of time to improve. We don't need to be seeing the same matches over and over again from the AEW women's division because if we start seeing the same matches on AEW every week, then you might as well say the viewership for AEW is not going to look good. And the shows are not going to look good booking the same matches. The same women's matches, not the men's matches. Women's matches. Remember when we saw Sheeta versus what's her name? Abandon? Remember when we saw Sheeta versus Abandon and no one was interested in watching it? Yeah. That was the same match we saw last, 2-3 times? Yeah. Britt Baker was doing most of the work in the ring. Shanna is just an upcomer. Britt Baker is the rookie of the women's division. Or she's the star of the women's division, not rookie, excuse me. Star of the women's division. I feel like the only stars of the women's division is Anna Jay, Sonora Conti, and Thunder Rosa, though. Let's be honest. You might as well say Thunder Rosa has signed with AEW. You might as well say she's on AEW now. Might as well. There's no need for everybody to be saying, "Oh, Thunder Rosa hasn't signed with AEW. She hasn't signed with She's with AEW. She's on the AEW women's roster now. She's officially on that roster. I don't think you all realized that or didn't know that. But now you know. Man, I sure wish Thunder Rosa and Jay was on that show because I'd be talking a lot of good things about them. I'm sorry, folks. I just didn't have much to say about the Britt Baker versus Shannon match. It was boring. It was boring. I didn't enjoy it. All I can say is Britt Baker did most of the work. She did better than Shannon. Shannon's an upcomer, like I said. She's just now starting. She's a rookie just like all the other women that got signed with AEW, all the other new talents in the women's division. Women's division needs to improve. They need to get better. Now I wonder what women's matches are going to be booked for next week's AEW. Now the question is, should I do an AEW Dark review this week? Should I? Or should I not? Maybe not. I thought about it, but I changed my mind. So basically, Britt and Rebel, they attacked Shanna. Yeah, they did. They attacked Shanna. And once they attacked Shanna, once they attacked Shanna, they hit a curb stomp, applies lockjaw again. Thunder Rosa comes out to make the save. Oh, Thunder Rosa was on the show. I'd be damned. No, she wasn't. Britt and Ribu ran away. Britt and Rosa will fight at Break next week. I forgot. I saw that on Instagram. I saw the photo of her. I saw her Instagram. I saw a photo of her and Britt Baker. I'm just now watching AEW. I mean, this ain't really the first time I watched it, but I'm just now watching it. It's the first time I watched it in a long time. I've seen it. I just haven't watched it in a while. And this is actually my first AEW review, so you have to give me a chance, man. You all that's watching have to give me credit, some credit, at the end of this review. MJF looks for Sammy. They talk, and MJF say he didn't tell Wardlaw to attack him. So he will never get involved in Sammy's matches again. Sounds like a no-brainer to me. Sammy says MJF is a great manipulator, but Sammy sees through him. MJF asks if he really wants to play it this way. Sammy says he's not playing. Commentators run down next week's break main event coming up. So the main event of AEW, we got this thing can actually my fucking notes. Come on, man. Go down. Sorry, folks. This fucking internet. This fucking internet. Always a fucking problem with this internet all the time, dude. It makes absolutely no sense. That's okay. That's why I got another device on. In case the internet starts acting up on my TV screen. Hold on a second, folks. I don't know what this internet is doing. But it's about to piss me off. I know that. It's going to make me lose my point of where I was reading at. Or should I say it's gonna make me not remember where I was reading it. Come on, stupid thing. Anyways, MJF looks for Sammy. They talk, and MJF, it's back on there now. MJF say he didn't tell Wardlaw to attack him. I think I've already read it. I'm reading it in case nobody didn't hear me. Say he will never get involved in Sammy's matches again. Sammy says MJF is a great manipulator, but Sammy sees through him. MJF asks if he really wants to play it this way. Sammy says he's not playing. Commentators run down next week's break main event coming up next. Commercial break. Dasha interviews Young Bucks and the Good Brothers. Anderson says it's a Bullet Club party. Gallows says they are going to beat up Jon Moxley. The Bucks say they hope Callis doesn't get involved. That's what they said. They said they hope Callis doesn't get involved. Omega enters. He says he needs to talk to the Buck, but Callis interrupts. They all argue to end the segment. So that was pretty much the end of that. So the Young Bucks made their entrance, followed by the Good Brothers. Commentators say Callis is intent on causing friction in the Bullet Club. All of the Dark Order enter next. So we got the main event of AEW. We got the Young Bucks and the Good Brothers versus the Dark Order. I think this tag match, in my opinion, was the one of the best things on the show. In my opinion, this match right here, Young Bucks versus the Good Brothers. That's why I had that. That's why I did that thumbnail like I did, because I think to let y'all know that this match was, in my opinion, the best thing on the show. Evil Uno and Anderson start shoulder block from Uno, then a atomic drop. Uno stomps on the head, tags in Silver. Silver asks Gallows to be tagged in. Silver flexes. Gallows laughs at him. Silver steps up to Gallows. Gallows goes down to one knee. Silver punches him in the face and attacks Nick Jackson. Matt Jackson attacks in and attacks Silver. Silver attacks Reynolds, who gets in the upper hand before Nick tags in. Double hip toss from the Young Bucks. So once we got the double hip toss from the Young Bucks dominate and tags in Anderson. They all attack Dark Order. Reynolds fights back, but Anderson sweeps the leg. Uno does the same to Matt Reynolds, tags in Grayson. Anderson throws him out, but Grayson hits a missile drop kick and dominates. Pretty much. That's what he did. He dominated. So he pretty much dominated all four opponents. It gets a 2 count. Bucks dominate, suplex to Grayson. Gallows tags in. Big punches in the corner. Nick tags in, headlock to Grayson. Grayson fights out. It's a huge slam on Nick. Set out facebuster. Young Bucks attack Dark Order in their corner. Match breaks down. Dark Order avoid triple powerbomb. Grayson hits bicycle. It's a bicycle kick on Nick. And then he pretty much Silver attacks in and runs wild on Nick Jackson. So once he ran wild on Nick Jackson, Silver attacks all four opponents. Feel the aura of kicks and suplex on Nick to a near fall. Uno tags in. My chin is fucking hurting like a motherfucker. Just throwing it out there. Hits cutter on Nick. Misses Swanton. Bucks take over. Matt hits double Northern light suplex. Matt hits clotheslines in the corner. Dark Order take over. Hit double team move to a near fall. Good Brother send them outside. The Good Brothers send them outside. Matt Jackson hits super kicks and dives to the outside to hit Silver and Reynolds. Nick and Anderson hit powerbomb on the apron. Bullet Club hits a super kicks. Bullet Club hits super kicks to Silver. Uno interrupts 3 count. Young Bucks hit Melzer driver on Grayson for the win. And we got Mac Jackson say whoever wins the Battle Royal at Break will get a title shot. Bucks say they have inserted themselves into the Battle Royal. And if they win, they will handpick their opponents. Phoenix runs out to attack. Moxley also comes out to attack the Good Brothers. Kenny Omega tries to attack Moxley, but gets hit with a Prodigium shift. Moxley celebrates. Or Pyradium shift. Moxley celebrates. So basically, Dynamite ends with the commentators running down the card for next week's Beach Break, folks. And of course, I will be reviewing AEW Beach Break next week. That review is going to be pretty much better than this one. I can tell you that right now. But folks, leave a comments in the chat on what you think on my first AEW Dynamite review. Do you think I need to do a little bit better? I know I need to do a little bit better. I kind of do, actually. But leave your comments below on what you think of my AEW review. And I hope you enjoyed my review, because this is the end of your January 27, 2021 AEW Dynamite review. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button. And I guess it's okay to hit the dislike button if you didn't enjoy it. Even though I can't stand seeing dislike buttons. But still, if you feel like you didn't enjoy this review, then you might as well just hit that dislike button then. Thanks to those of you who tried to tune in. I've seen a few people jump in the live chat and jump out. So thanks to only half of you who tuned in. I really appreciate it. At least I want at least some people to tune in. I want at least somebody. I want to at least give somebody all the answers and all the results to what happened on AEW. But this is going to do it. This is it, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. My NXT review is going to be live tomorrow afternoon, so be tuning in for that. I'm going to be going live with that on 2K20. So my NXT review is going to be live on 2K20 on YouTube. And then, after that, there's going to be some more streaming on Call of Duty Black Ops Cold. And then Friday, my WWE SmackDown live stream will be live Friday. And then after that, my Friday Night SmackDown review will be live after that. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am officially getting the heck out of here. So, I hope you enjoyed this review. Most importantly, I hope you enjoyed AEW Dynamite last night. I hope you enjoyed the show. I really hope you enjoyed the show. It was a very, very great show. It was a very good show, man. It was a very good show, man. It was enjoyable. It was entertaining. It had feel, it was. The main thing I loved about the show was the Young Bucks and the Good Brothers versus the Dark Order. That was the best thing on the show to me. I feel like everything on it, everything in this tag team match was great. And I think the Young Bucks and the Good Brothers, they have so much potential. And I also think the Dark Order still has so much potential too in becoming the next AEW Tag Team Champions. I mean, hasn't technically the Young Bucks already become AEW? Haven't they already been AEW Tag Team Champions once? We know not twice, but I'm really looking forward to seeing who's going to be the next AEW Tag Team Champions, though. That's something to look forward to, really. Really is. You know what I mainly want to know? I mainly want to know if we're going to get a new AEW Women's Champion or not. I mean, because Shida is still holding the AEW Women's Championship. Where's the AEW Women's Championship? It's not even on the show. Shida wasn't even on the show tonight. When is the title ever going to get defended? When is she going to drop the title? Shida. When is she going to drop her title? Seriously. Man, oh man. I'm telling you, this women's division's horrendous. I wonder who Darby Allin is going to defend his TNT title against. Who is his next challenger? I guess we'll find out. We'll find that out. My question is, who is Cody Rhodes' next challenger? That's what I want to know. There's so many questions I have about the show. We know the Good Brothers are going against Death Triangle for Break. We know Thunder Rose is going against Britt Baker, but who is Cody Rhodes' next challenger? Who is Darby Allin's next challenger? Who? The main question is, who will Shida's next challenger be for the AEW Women's Championship? She's champion. Who's her next challenger? We haven't got that yet. We haven't got confirmation on it. I'm hoping we do. What I mainly want to know is, when are we going to get better Monday Night Raw and SmackDown shows? Is what I want to know. Probably never. But anyways, folks, I'm getting the heck out of here. I hope you enjoyed this review. Have yourselves a good Thursday, man. And I will see you right back here with your NXT review this afternoon. I imagine it was a good show because I did get votes. I tweeted out a poll saying, what's your vote on tonight's NXT, and 2 people voted good. And I did tweet out a poll asking, what's your vote on tonight's AEW Dynamite? And most people voted great. 90% voted great. So, good show, folks. I'm getting out of here. Peace.